Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Today we will complete talking module for vocabulary. This part we delay it before. It was with the grammar, page 61. Then we will go to listening and speaking lesson, page 63. We will start with this part, vocabulary. As you know, or as we mentioned before, lexical set means a group go together. For example, here we are going to talk about what? Animals. Exactly, about kind, different species or animals. Those animals are mammals. Okay, we call them mammals. Okay, yes, they are the animals, or these animals are mammals, like what? Wolf, deer, kangaroo, monkey, and so on. What about this part or this kind? We call them birds. Okay, like peacock, like eagle, like goose, and so on. So those are birds. Also, we have another species, another kind, reptiles. Reptiles. As you can see, lizard, tortoise, cobra, crocodile, and the last group, insects. Okay, insects like what? Different kinds. For example, we have bee, ant, butterfly, and fly, and so on. So we have different kind. This is about animals. Now we have another group, units of measurements. What do we use usually for measurement? We use different kinds. Length, we usually measure it by centimeter, meter, if it's more and more, kilometer, or maybe inch, and you know, foot, yard, mile, okay? And the weight, of course, gram or ounce, kilogram or pounds, ton, kilograms, and different other kind, like a stone. Capacity for usually, you know, liquid, we measure it by liter, milliliter, pint, quart, gallon, and so on. Okay. Now we have different kinds. Look to the measure of them. Approximately. For example, the distance to different cities, kilometer or miles. The distance of the car, for example, yard or mile. And the food, okay? Yes, oz or ounce. And what else? What about? Yes, tons, big one or large one. Gram. The other part, feet, and so on. So these are different kind. Now let's go to, or we finish this part that we have it before, or delay it before. Let's go to the lesson, which is 4B, listening and speaking, page 63. Okay, so let's look together. Now we want to answer some questions to be able to answer them after listening to the different situation and giving opinion. Okay, so let's look. Here you have speaking. So let's look to the speaking. The first one, we are going to speak or listen. Okay, so let's look together to it.
Listening and speaking. Listening. Speaker 1.
In the future, I believe we will see more eco-cities. These are cities which are built to be environmentally friendly. China has already created plans for an eco-city which will be the first of its kind in the world. It will generate electricity from alternative sources of energy, such as solar and wind energy. There is already a plan to build a similar city in part of London. I believe if the Chinese city is successful, other countries will follow in their footsteps and try to create cities that will work with the environment rather than against it.
Speaker 2.
I believe one of the greatest threats facing our planet in the future is lack of water. Scientists have predicted that in as little as 20 years, serious water shortages will occur around the world. The amount of fresh water available to the world's population is decreasing due to both climate change and our increasing needs. Scientists have said that we have to manage how we use water in a better way if we want to save the planet. People have to start taking action now if we want to stop this disaster from happening.
Speaker 3.
I think that ecotourism is something that will become more popular in the future. Ecotourism allows tourists to visit natural areas without causing harm to the environment. It also aims to improve the lives of the local people. As more and more people become aware of the environmental problems facing the planet, it is predicted that they will choose to go on ecotourism holidays. In addition, as our modern lifestyles become busier, people will want to escape from the cities and head for natural environments, where they may be able to give something back to the earth. I believe that in the future, this type of responsible travel will play a large role in the tourism industry.
Okay.
Speaker 4.
Number 4
I
now.
think life will be better for us in the future. I believe the home of the future will be very different from the way it is now. As technology becomes more advanced, so will our homes. People are already building environmentally friendly homes that do not cause any damage or pollution to the natural environment and use energy efficiently. This type of home will become more common in the future. In addition, I think computers will also play an important role in future homes. Possibly computers or robots will do many tasks in the modern household, such as housework and shopping. This will give people more time to do other recreational activities and enjoy their free time.
Okay, now we listen to 4 people and they are speaking about different kinds or different situation. Let's look now. Speaker 1 talks about what? And 2 and 3, of course, one aspect here is referred to by 2 speakers. By 2 speakers. Here I have 3 just, okay? That means one aspect is referred to by 2 speakers. A, an environmental problem. B, an alternative type of holiday. C, environmentally friendly places. Speaker 1 talks about C, environmentally friendly places. When he talk about eco cities, like in China, the first kind, and then London, and so on. Let's go to speaker 2. And speaker 2 is A. Why? Environmental problem. Do you remember when he talked about problem, which is lack of water because of the changing of weather? Number 3, speaker 3. B. Alternative type of holiday. He talked about ecotourism. Traveling by another way. Ecotourism. They will choose ecotourism holiday. In this way, they will prevent or protect the environment. Speaker 4. Which aspect? A or B or C? C. Environmentally friendly places. Because he talks about homes. Do you remember homes? When they said or talk about friendly homes in future. So he talked about friendly homes. Now let's look to B. Listen again and match the speakers from 1 to 4 with the statement A to D. We will do it because we listened to it before. These developments will make our life easier. So which speaker? 4. Yes. When he talk about the change in life, the modern way, the home, the modern home, and so on. more people will do it in the future. Speaker 3, when he talk about what? Holiday, ecotourism holiday. Something like that hasn't existed before. Speaker 1. Yes, speaker 1, when he talk about eco-cities. We must start doing something about it. Speaker 2, when he talk about the problem, the lack, the shortage of water, and how can we protect it, okay, and how we can protect the earth. Now, let's go to the second part in our lesson, speaking about different aspects. Here, you have here two photographs, A1 and A2, showing environmental problems, sub-problems that happen to the environment. Try to discuss them or compare them, okay? But before, read the step with me. Don't describe the photographs in detail, briefly. Compare them, make sure you answer the question asked, okay? What are the questions? How common are these problems where you live? Which of these problems do you think is more serious? Okay? The first one talks about smog or smoke, okay? Of course, which is polluted or air pollution from factories. The second one talk about landfill sites, okay, where we throw rubbish and so on. All of them, of course, we consider them problem to the environment. Which of them or which of these problem do you think is more serious? Okay, 1 or 2? I think, of course, smog or pollution is more serious. Air pollution, as you can see, problem because it's growing, probably with more and more. You know, we have more factories and we have a growing number of cars every year. That means the air that we breathe is no longer fresh and may cause some health hazard. Okay, now let's go to B. In B, what do we have? B1 and B2. Talk about it. Okay, let's read the question as we have said and answer briefly about them. What are advantages and disadvantages of each of them? Then, which of them do you consider to be better solution? Let's look. The first one talks about normal, traditional way, okay, source of energy. Yes, okay, it's cheaper, yeah, it's cheaper, but it's not friendly to our environment. The other one, as you can see, alternative source of energy, depending on the power of, wind or solar system and so on. Of course, it's friendly and doesn't cause air pollution, but on the other hand, it's more expensive. Okay, now, which of them do you consider to be a better? Of course, an alternative source of energy is much better. Why? Because it doesn't need fuel to operate or to start working. It depends on solar or wind power, which is an unlimited source of energy. And the most important one or point, that it doesn't cause air pollution or noise also. So we come to the end of our lesson, okay? And we discussed the both pictures. Thanks a lot for listening.